And it actually does really well in like low light. You see that?
Yes, these glasses.
Glasses.
And the lip.
Yeah. Okay, I should probably make this straight. Isaura.
Nana. My favorite queen.
Aww. So I just got to London, a very warm London, which I wasn't completely expecting because as everybody knows, London's weather is so unpredictable. But who knows, it might be winter again tomorrow, being that it's London. Okay, so I have this tradition, whenever I'm in London, I have to have afternoon tea. It's like, I don't know. It's like when in Rome, do the Romans do, when in Britain, do what the British do. And I always do afternoon tea. And here at my hotel at Claridge's, they actually have an entire vegan menu. Well, first of all, not only do they have an entire vegan menu on their in-room dining menu, they also have an entire vegan and gluten-free menu for the afternoon tea set. Hi, how are you?
I'm very good. I just spoke to my chef in pastries, and they can do it for you. This corn, gluten-free and vegan.
Yes, it was. I wanted the whole afternoon tea set. It was gluten-free and vegan.
Oh, you wanted the sandwiches, the pastry?
Yeah, that's what I thought I was ordering.
Ah, okay. It's gonna be for one person, yeah?
Yes, please.
Absolutely, I'm gonna order from the chef now and we send it for you. The sandwiches, the scones, and the pastry.
Yes, ma'am. And all gluten-free and vegan.
Say it again?
All gluten-free and vegan.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I also got jasmine tea, which is one of my favorites. I just find it very aromatic. But if you're looking, what I will say is that over the years of traveling, I've realized that one of the cities that I have come to learn that is very accommodating to my vegan lifestyle is actually London, which over the years, I've been traveling here for so many years now, and over the years, just the options have just grown over time. So this is a life hack. One of the things I try to do when I travel is I try to find, especially when I'm traveling for work, I try to find a piece of me in that travel. So what I'll do is, for instance, I'm here for a meeting. I'm here in London for a meeting, which is gonna happen tomorrow morning. But I have a friend in Florence who I've been meaning to go visit, and I decided, okay, great. I'm in Europe. I can go ahead and take this trip to Florence and just spend a couple days and just also like take care of myself by seeing a friend and connecting on a, on a soul level connection, that it's not just work. So another thing that I try to do whenever I travel in order to stay balanced is I usually travel with my yoga mat. Even though on this particular trip, I forgot my yoga mat. But the reason I travel with a yoga mat is because the trick, what I do, it's kind of like another life hack. Wherever I am in the world, I try to find a yoga studio to go to as a way to stay consistent in my yoga practice. I find that yoga has just been a great blessing and a great addition to my life, because I've been able to build a lot of balance by constantly doing yoga all the time. And so that's been very, very helpful. But I'm here in London, I'm here back in Europe, and just ever grateful for being able-bodied, being able to just get up and go and have full agency of my legs, my hands, my arms, everything. I'm just very grateful for even being here all together. And tomorrow when we have this meeting with the officers for the Head of State Award, of which we are supporting, I'm just looking forward to, some things affect your soul, some things you know that once you've had that experience, you'll never be the same again. And when I'm connecting with young people and helping young people, I just feel so fulfilled and so present. Yeah, I feel present. I feel like this is what I was made for. I was made to inspire. I was made to connect. This is my purpose. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I hope that this is, as I'm learning, as I'm growing, that I also stay mindful of all the growth and learning opportunities that this trip is going to afford me. And I'm always looking forward to that. I'm always looking for ways to grow, ways to connect, ways to get better. And that's how you maintain a sense of self. Because a lot of my travels, for me, a lot of my travel is for my business or is for friends, or it's not a lot of the travel that I do, even though it looks like I'm out here just kind of living my own life. A lot of the travel is actually for responsibilities I have in my life. But I've come to learn that the way I maintain my balance is by always trying to find a sense of myself and a sense of me wherever I go. Whether it's through doing yoga consistently or finding like a yoga studio and becoming part of like a family. Just something that really speaks to my core and what I live for and what I stand for. So let's try this first one out. I think this is tomato basil. Oh Lord. It's really good. This one's like peas. And like asparagus. It's nice and green. There's also like a different spice in there. Is that like lemongrass or something? It's just delicious. Chips. You know, chips is like a guilty pleasure. Chips and fries. Especially yam chips when I'm in Ghana. I think I poured too much. Hot. That was hot. I think I just burned myself. Hey friend. How cool is this elevator? You know, at times it's very easy to see people achieving things and see people on the journey and feel like it's so distant from what you're capable of achieving. But the truth of the matter is, we're all on this journey together. There's literally no such thing as having it all together. I think every stage of life presents itself with its own set of challenges and its own set of growth opportunities, essentially. But I mean, I cannot articulate how much all of this is just such a journey. We are all literally on this journey together. No matter where somebody finds themselves on that journey, we are all on that journey together. We're all on that path together. We're all on the path to somewhere. We're all on the path to beautiful. We're all on the path to self-actualization, all on the path to self-acceptance. And really, there is no such thing as there. I think that there is less of a place and more of like an arrival. You know what I mean? It's hard to completely articulate, and I think as we get to know each other a little bit more, I'll be able to really use the right words. But what I'm saying is that where we're going, or at least where you feel the journey is taking you, is like maybe like Oz, in the sense that it exists, but it may not exist in the way that you think it is. Really, the lessons in life, the true lessons, come from the journey. And I think the moment I recognized that, the moment I realized that I was growing because I was just taking one step forward, one foot before the other, and I kept going and everything like that. And I've had moments where I've wanted to really quit. I've had moments where I really wanted to end it all. I've had moments when I wasn't sure if it was all going to be worth it. And even now, even though my life is progressing, I'm joyful, it's also presenting itself with a new set of challenges that I have to step up into, right? Now I am getting busier and busier, and so I'm having to find ways to make sure that I'm balanced all the time, to make sure that I'm not overwhelmed, right? Even being able to ask for help is such a big step for me. And so just, you're not doing bad. You're not doing bad at all. In fact, you're probably doing so much better. I think sometimes it's good to take a step back, take an audit of your life. One of the things I do and I've done is I journal, and I write in my journal maybe once a week or sometimes even twice a month. But I've been writing in it consistently for a few years now. And what's beautiful is that I can flip back to 2 years ago, to 3 years ago, and be like, wow, I'm in such a different headspace, right? Like the growth is happening, right? The transition is happening, right? And as long as you can accept that your journey is happening, even when it feels stagnant, your journey is still happening. It's such an important place to be. One, it can get you can forgive yourself. You can give yourself room to not be perfect. And once you give yourself room not to be perfect, you can give others room not to be perfect. And once you do that, it is a very beautiful place. And I believe that's what we're really going for. It's just total self-acceptance. Like, you're not gonna do everything right. I mean, you're not gonna do everything right. That shouldn't be the expectation. The expectation is that you're growing and you're here. And that's the most important thing. Hands down, most important thing.
Hi YouTube, it's us. We out here, London town. This is pre-content creation part. We are creating content, as you can see. Then I'm going to conference with her, so fun time.
So I'm checking on my hotel right now. I just want to take a moment to just reflect on the last couple days since I've been in London working. So I had to cut my trip short, and obviously I couldn't go on to Florence, which is fine. For many reasons, I was able to use the extra time for a little bit of R&R. I'm learning that sometimes when, there are obstacles in your way, when you want to do something, sometimes there's obstacles in your way. Sometimes you're supposed to use that as a moment to slow down, and you're supposed to explore that silence and explore that pause. A lot of times, it's not every obstacle that we need to fight through. It's not everything that we have to push through. Yes, but I believe that's where discernment comes in. And I think that there's some issues that do come up that need to be fought through and need to be pushed through, because that's how you learn about yourself. But also there's certain blockages that come because they've come to teach us something. They've come to teach us to slow down. They've come to teach us to take it easy. They've come to teach us to forgive ourselves. They've come to teach us something. And so the most important thing is taking the lesson. So Florence has not happened this time around, but it will happen again. I know this. But above all, what I feel is a very deep sense of purpose and gratitude towards my journey. And for that, I'm just eternally grateful. And so I will, usually when I travel, I try to think of things that came up during my travels, if there were any highs, if there were any lows, or if there were any grand lessons. But I think some major things are happening in my life. I'm on my way to a meeting right now, which is one of those things that will determine a very important major direction in my life. So this trip has been one of those trips once again where I have connected with myself, but also connected with people, and these soul level connections and soul level conversations about the next level in personal and professional development. And so I'm very grateful for this trip once again. London has come through. I can't believe I used to hate the city. I couldn't stand London at some point in time, but as I've given London a chance, London's really shown me what it's capable of. So as for that one, eternally, 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 eternally grateful.
So they will help you to put it into the Uber. And
Fantastic.
lovely. We hope to see you soon. Have a nice day.
Thank you.